Now, let's take a look at the highlights as the green flag flew. Always a rolling start for these back-to-back doubleheaders. Cooper into the lead right away. The Compass 360 boys trying to get around second qualified Tom Kwok in the M&S Quality Protos Honda, and Ernie Francis Jr. started his march.
Well, he's one of the most exciting drivers in the field. It's going to be fun to watch and see his progress here today.
There's a look at that touring car front runners as they come out of turn 2 and head down toward the Motul braking zone, turn 3. And as you can see, Ryan Winchester able to make that pass, get into second, pushing Kwok back into third.
And he's the points leader, so he needs to capitalize on this. Remember, Compass 360 are undefeated to this point in the championship year.
As always, John Miller and that number 68 Shea Racing, True Car Honda, racy in the early going, and look at this, Tom Kwok deciding to fight back. It's right back around Winchester, picks up that second spot.
And that's what this race circuit is all about, Greg. It gives you those overtaking opportunities even though we're on the streets here.
You still have to be careful, though, because we had a bit of a moment as John Miller, Brett Sandberg getting together down in turn 1. That brought out a full course caution, and the iCar safety lights then came on inside the cars, provided by Motorsport Safety Electronics, a great innovation for this series. That gave us the full course yellow, which meant a restart. And once again, Cal, Cooper getting a huge jump.
He does, but look at Winchester. He's our points leader. He slides down to the inside of Kwok and gets that second position.
Remo Raschuti, the young rookie, trying to stay around the outside, but Kwok had that inside position and was able to hang on. And as Cooper headed down into turn 3 one last time, action all over the place. And that is Alain Lazière. You saw him dancing on the brakes, the Mini Cooper S making its debut this season in touring car.
But you could see Cooper there. He was really dancing there, the car, as he's very late on the brake pedal down in our Motul braking zone.
And Ernie Francis Jr. making the move for 5th, coming up through the pack, getting around the Radium True Car Honda of Shea Holbrook. That put Ernie in the hydraulic jeans. Breathless performance entry up into the top 5. And a big moment for Remo Raschuti as he got a little help from Gary Kwok. Goes around on the run down into turn 3. White flag comes out. And look at this right here. A great ride by Ernie Francis Jr. getting around his dad up into second in class. A great comeback drive.
Well, I think the Perron will be on the podium, but up front in touring car, Michael Cooper was dominant today, Greg.
He had showed speed when he showed up at his first race at Lime Rock. However, had a mechanical problem, but when it came to it today, a great run, and he top step of the podium. Winchester second, and Tom Kwok in third. And from the pole, that Honda Fit in the hands of Joel Lipperini, bringing it home. A great job, but a comeback drive through the pack extraordinaire by 15-year-old Ernie Francis Jr. And we are just about ready to give you some highlights from the second of the doubleheader races here at Toronto, round 8 of the championship. And as we take a look at the highlights on the start, it was, again, Michael Cooper, the turbo in that car when it spools up. He really got a great jump, Cal, but there was some pretty furious action. And, in fact, John Miller caught in a squeeze play.
Yeah, he tried to squeeze it between Kwok and Raschuti. Nowhere to go. And these two guys having contact as they did about 30 minutes ago in race 1 here.
And there was more to unfold. A couple of Canadian touring car guys making their first weekend starts. Alain Lazière and Jonathan Young having a little bit of contact. Both of them able to continue with minor damage and getting away with it. Close quarters racing here in Canada. Meanwhile, going back into the touring car B-Spec, Robbie Davis, who needed to move up through the pack, did exactly that, Cal. Again, championship contender.
Yeah, he finished off the podium, Greg, in round 1 here. Of course, he is the championship leader, but that lead is tenuous at best right now.
And he continued to use that as motivation, getting around Dave Alejandro. Watch right there as Shea Holbrook getting into the back of Dave, sending him into a bit of a pogo move. Everybody continuing.
Now we see a great battle for the lead here, coming down into our Motul braking zone. Lipperini looking for 2 in a row here in Toronto, but Francis Jr. wants the top step of that podium here today.
Not able to get it at that moment. A little bit later on, a big moment here. Alain Lazière getting through, but Damon Sharp taps him. He rebounds into the rookie Remo. And John Miller, taking evasive, catches the tires as well, but drives off. And that brought out a full chorus caution, which means all of that great battling now compressed. And there's Alain Lazière taking a look at his damaged Mini, but great to see Mini in touring car as well. At the restart, Cooper doing what Cooper does, opening it up, and Remo Raschuti looking very, very racy, trying to figure out a way through, not quite able to get it done, Cal.
Cooper has just been the master of these restarts, and here we see that battle for the lead again in TCB. Down that long back straightaway along Lakeshore Boulevard. Ernie Francis Jr., does he have enough head of steam here to get the move down? Moves to the middle of the racetrack. Lipperini tries to come back at him.
But Francis Jr. was able to make that move stick. At the checkers, it was Cooper getting his second win on the day. with, again, Tom Kwok, a very, very racy second, and Ryan Winchester hanging on to the points there with a run into third. And in touring car B-Spec, Ernie Francis Jr., once he got to the lead, was able to open it up, but Robbie Davis and Joe Lipperini completing the podium.